Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Thursday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is April 4th, 2019, and now the news at noon.
Reported by the Durango Herald, authorities say a body tentatively identified as a 4-year-old girl missing since mid-March has found in a creek on the Utah portion of the Navajo Nation. A Navajo Nation Police Department statement said the body was tentatively identified by parents of being Andine Jones after being found Wednesday evening by volunteer searchers. No cause of death was released and positive identification was pending. The girl was last seen March 14th. She reportedly wandered away from her home 3 miles north of the Aneth Chapter House. Navajo Police Chief Philip Francisco said only limited information will be released while police and the FBI continue their investigation. Navajo Nation Council Speaker Seth Damon said the tribe grieves with the girl's family, and he thanked volunteers and search and rescue personnel.
Reported by the Journal, photo Erica Alvaro. Construction has resumed on the Cortez Median project, which is expected to be completed by the end of this month. The median project downtown has been in the works since 2015 as part of an access control plan designed to make the corridor more attractive. When complete, the project will include medians, a pedestrian refuge, and sidewalk ramps on about 4 blocks of Main Street from Ash Street to Elm Street. In addition to this downtown segment, the project also includes a median and crosswalk at North Edith Street near McDonald's with flashing signal lights to control traffic, along with improving the pavement on some alleys. The bulk of the work has already been completed, said Philip Johnson, the city's public works director. Western Gravel Constructors was awarded the bid last April for a total of $1.07 million. The project is funded by the city and the Colorado Department of Transportation. Previously, city staff had planned to complete the project last fall, but progress was delayed, quote, due to basic construction issues that occur on a project of this scope, Johnson said. Work halted for winter weather on December 10th, resuming once more this week. According to a city update posted March 26, work is 98% complete on the crosswalk with flashing signal lights at North Edith Street, 95% complete on the downtown medians, and 90% finished in the alleys. Johnson said that work currently underway includes sealing and caulking the medians, curb and gutter sections, and construction joints on alley surfaces. Construction hours are scheduled for Monday through Fridays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. with no weekend or holiday work on Main Street. Alley work, however, will be permitted on the weekends. Drivers can expect traffic control and one-lane closures on Main Street while the concrete joints are sealed, shoulder closures while ramp remediation is going on, and blocked off alley sections while work is being done there. City staff say the project is set for completion by May 1st.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, the body of a soldier killed in Afghanistan has been returned to Colorado. The body of 33-year-old Sergeant First Class Will Lindsay of Cortez arrived at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs on Wednesday afternoon. Police escorted the motorcade through the city and the firefighters saluted as it drove past. Governor Jared Polis has ordered that United States and Colorado flags on state buildings be lowered to half-staff to honor Lindsay through Tuesday, when a memorial service will be held at Fort Carson. Lindsay, a member of the 2nd Battalion of the 10th Special Forces Group, died on May 22nd as a result of injuries he suffered during combat operations in Kunduz Province. Another Fort Carson soldier, Specialist Joseph P. Collette, age 29, of Lancaster, Ohio, was also killed. Lindsay, a Green Beret, was assigned to 2nd Battalion 10th Special Forces Group Airborne. Lindsay was born on August 26, 1985 in Cortez and enlisted in the Army on July 7, 2004. He is survived by his wife and 4 daughters.
From the Journal, photo Jim Imiaga. Construction for an 8-mile section of the 17-mile proposed Paths to Mesa Verde Trail between Mancos and Cortez is estimated to cost between $11 million and $13 million, according to recently released reports from Loris and Associates. The estimate is for the section of the non-motorized trail from Mancos to Mesa Verde National Park entrance, which is proposed to be built first because the land is more accessible. That portion of the trail would be built along the south side of the U.S. Highway 160 corridor. The $13 million estimate is for 10-foot wide path made with concrete, and the $11 million is for one made with crusher fines. Significant costs include $3.4 million for concrete and $2.4 million for 24,000 square feet of retaining walls. To pay for the project, Montezuma County plans to apply for a $10 million grant from the Federal Lands Access Program and a $2 million grant from Great Outdoors Colorado, or GOCO, said James Dietrich, County Natural Resources Director. A concept paper that has been submitted for the GOCO grant portion, he said, and if it is accepted, the county will be invited to apply for that grant. Both the federal and state grant applications have a June submission deadline, with decisions expected in the fall. If awarded, the county match for the GOCO grant would be $400,000. Planning work already completed by the county for the trail will count towards the match. About $130,000 in cash for the match is proposed to be split between the county and the town of Mancos. If successful, the county proposes to use the $2 million GOCO grant as a match for the $10 million FLAP grant. Both grants are administered through the Colorado Department of Transportation, or CDOT. According to the county, approximately 1/3 of Montezuma County's overall economy is tourism-based. Bicycling in particular has grown exponentially, in part due to Montezuma County's geographic location between Durango and Moab, both of which are internationally renowned bicycling destinations. Cost estimates for the Cortez to Mesa Verde National Park portion of the trail have not yet been determined, and the route is still being studied.
According to the Cortez Journal, Southwest Airlines, the largest operator of Boeing 737 MAX, said the model's grounding amid safety concerns will combine with soft demand from leisure travelers to shave $150 million off first quarter revenue. The amount is on top of a $60 million reduction from the U.S. government shutdown earlier in the period, Southwest said Wednesday. The MAX groundings, bad weather, and reduced productivity during contract negotiations will together force the cancellation of 9,800 flights in the 3 months, the company said. The 737 MAX has been grounded worldwide after an Ethiopian Airlines plane crashed on March 10th, raising concern that the disaster may have been caused by errant software that contributed to the loss of a Lion Air jet that plunged into the Java Sea in October. The incidents killed a total of 346 people. Southwest, which has 34 MAX jets in its 750-strong fleet, said in a statement that it can't predict the financial impact of the grounding because beyond this quarter. Gains in unit revenue, a measure of fares, will also be limited to 2 to 3% down from earlier guidance of up to 4%, the discounter said. Costs for each seat mile flown will rise 10%, up from the previously estimated 6%, and capacity growth will slow to 1% from the anticipated 3.5 to 4%. Shares of Dallas-based Southwest shares fell as much as 2.6% in pre-market trading. And now let's take a look at the weather.
The DCTV 5-day local weather outlook from the National Weather Service shows today increasing clouds with a high near 55 degrees, south winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, and tonight partly cloudy with a low around 36. And then tomorrow, Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 57 degrees, south-southwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, and Friday night mostly cloudy with a low around 36. South winds continue 5 to 10 miles an hour. And now the computer renditions are back to the possibility of showers on Saturday, with thunderstorms also possible in the afternoon. NWS says a 40% chance is available at this point. Mostly cloudy with a high near 53 degrees for the day. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west-northwest in the afternoon. And then Saturday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 9 p.m. and then a slight chance of showers between 9 p.m. and midnight. Partly cloudy with a low around 33, and the chance of precipitation drops to 20%. Sunday, sunny with a high near 58. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 36. Monday, sunny with a high near 64, with Monday night partly cloudy and a low low around 39, and Tuesday warming up even more, mostly sunny with a high near 66, and Tuesday night mostly cloudy with a low around 37. And now, back to the news.
From the Cortez Journal, Durango Smoke Shop, a mainstay downtown business, will relocate this summer after the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad purchased a downtown building to consolidate offices. The railroad has had offices spread out across town for several years, said Al Harper, owner of the D&S&G. Marketing and sales offices, for instance, were in rented offices above the downtown Starbucks location, and accounting offices were headquartered in offices above T's Smokehouse and Grill. In November 2017, Harper purchased the Rio Grande building near the corner of Main Avenue and West College Drive, which was home to 4 businesses, a hair salon, Remax Brew, Pub and Kitchen, and the Durango Smoke Shop. After the purchase, Harper notified Remax and the Durango Smoke Shop that he intended to move the railroad's offices into the locations. The hair salon, Harper said, had been closed for some time. Remax moved in March 2018 to 1221 Main Avenue. Courtney Callahan, co-owner of the Durango Smoke Shop, said the business plans to reopen at 2876 Main Avenue, the site of the former Earth Girl Goodies and Eatery. Callahan said it's bittersweet to be leaving the location where the smoke shop has been at for more than 30 years. However, she's excited by the plans for the new spot, which include plenty of free parking and an outside patio for smoking and socializing. Callahan and her father have owned Durango Smoke Shop for 10 years.
From the Sentinel, Photo AP, Seth Wenig. Colorado Governor Jared Polis' resistance to end state childhood immunization exemptions in Colorado could be resolved with local control. Polis told the Sentinel in an editorial board meeting last week that he prefers an educational campaign to increase the state's vaccination rates, but that he would be open to legislation allowing local health departments to make their own decisions about vaccination requirements. If the counties wanted to mandate, then I wouldn't be opposed to that, he said. We should have these discussions at the level of government that is closest to the people. There hasn't been a bill drafted in the state legislature to address immunization yet. Representative Kyle Mullica, who didn't return calls as of this publishing, had been candid about his intention to author a bill that would eliminate the so-called personal exemption, but he hasn't submitted any legislation yet. County control over vaccine exemptions could prompt urban counties to join in requiring vaccine compliance, effectively boosting the immunization rate for large mobile populations most at risk. It's unknown whether county health officials would be more or less likely to require school-age vaccination. Colorado is one of 20 states that allows for a personal exemption for immunizations. Questions of what that means for potential outbreaks, such as measles outbreaks in Washington and New York, have been ongoing around the state and around the country. Polis has consistently said he fears forcing vaccinations on parents who are already skeptical of government intervention would make an already volatile problem worse. Polis highlights that most Colorado parents are choosing to vaccinate their children and that he believes an educational campaign could boost that rate. Punting decisions about vaccinations to the local level could be a base for that educational piece, he said. It would at least foster the discussion at the local level. I think there are benefits to having these discussions statewide, but I think there are even more benefits if we get county health authorities thinking about how to increase the immunization rate.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, a bipartisan group of Colorado representatives has proposed legislation that would provide relief to states like Colorado that offer free college tuition to Native American students at select schools. Fort Lewis College is one of 2 colleges in the country that signed a federal agreement providing tuition waivers to Native American students. The federal-state agreement, struck in 1911, transferred ownership of the school from a federal boarding school to Colorado. According to the agreement, in return for the school, the state agreed that Indian pupils shall at all times be admitted to such schools free of charge for tuition and on terms of equality with white pupils. While the tuition waiver applied to only a few dozen students when it was first formed, today Colorado has provided more than 31,539 Native American tuition waivers to about 15,770 students from 351 tribal governments. The high rate of enrollment at FLC, while positive, has also placed the financial burden of covering the tuition waivers on the state of Colorado. The proposed legislation would transfer the responsibility for out-of-state Native American and Alaskan natives onto the Department of Education instead of individual states. The bill, according to Tipton, would ask for $19.7 million from the federal government to cover the costs of out-of-state tuition waivers.
Reported in the Durango Herald, photos David Holub, Jerry McBride. As the towering mountains and vast backcountry around Silverton become a mecca for hikers, mountain bikers, and all-terrain vehicles, how to manage overcrowding and overuse on public lands is becoming a pressing question. Nearly every Colorado mountain town is confronting the issue. As more people move to the state seeking outdoor adventure, greater stress is placed on natural resources and wildlife throughout the region's nearly 24 million acres of public land. In Silverton, visitation and its impacts have been surging in recent years, prompting the small mountain hamlet of about 600 people to get proactive. Silverton has been behind the times, said Lisa Brainer, spokeswoman for the town. After the town caught wind that the Bureau of Land Management was planning to catalog trails located on the agency's managed land, Silverton started to embark on a year-long process to envision the future of its trails. The result is the Silverton Area Trails Plan that proposes nearly 15 new trails in and around Silverton to be built over the next 30 years. It's a, quote, wish list, Banner said, with lofty and long-term goals. The plan has received unanimous approval from Silverton Town trustees and San Juan County commissioners, as well as support from most residents who say the improved trail network will boost the local economy and provide more outdoor opportunities. The hope is the BLM, as well as the U.S. Forest Service, will take the town's list into account when planning future trails. But the plan has raised concerns from some residents who say there are potential adverse impacts, such as exposing fragile high country terrain to overuse. And some say the plan opens up far too much terrain to mountain biking. We have to balance the economy with our quality of life, said San Juan County Commissioner Scott Fetchenauer. We have to ask why we live here and how do we make a living, but that's a tough balance. Here in Dove Creek, the Town Board of Trustees is examining the economic positive impact of coordinating ATV, UTV, or side-by-side trail access from town and encouraging specific travel routes around our area that would feed back into that positive economic impact for our future.
From the Durango Herald, a huge study suggests the Apple Watch can detect a worrisome irregular heartbeat at least sometimes. But experts say more work is needed to tell if using wearable technology to screen for heart problems really helps. More than 419,000 Apple Watch users signed up for the unusual study, making it the largest ever to explore screening seemingly healthy people for arterial fibrillation, a condition that, if untreated, eventually can trigger strokes. Stanford University researchers reported Saturday that the watch didn't panic flocks of people, warning just 0.5% of participants, about 2,100, that they might have a problem. But even among those flagged, it's not perfect, cautioned Dr. Richard Kovacs of the American College of Cardiology, who wasn't involved with the study. People who received an alert were supposed to consult a study doctor via telemedicine and then wear the EKG patch measuring cardiac activity for the next week to determine the watch's accuracy. Some skipped the virtual checkup to consult their own doctors. Overall, about 57% sought medical attention. Among those who got EKG monitoring through the study, a third had arterial fibrillation, according to preliminary results being presented at an American College of Cardiology conference in New Orleans. AFib tends to come and go, and a week of monitoring might have missed some cases, said Stanford lead researcher Dr. Mintu Tarakia. But if the watch detected another irregular heartbeat while someone was wearing the EKG patch, 84% of the time it really was AFib, he said.
And today's High Canyon Country Happenings, Team Up, a division of the United Way, is bringing to you free a Question, Persuade, Refer training course, Friday, April 5th at 5:30 p.m. at the Dove Creek Community Center. Dinner will be provided. Anyone that works, lives, and is associated with young people is welcome. Please contact Kathy at 970-560-0679 or email Lauren at laurenl@unitedway.com. swco.org. And a fundraiser for the Dolores County Community Farmers Market will be held Friday, April 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Saturday, April 6th from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Stop by the Dove Creek Press Office building where you can support this local effort at the bake sale and find out more about their plans for 2019, community raised bed gardening, and a weekly farmers market. Volunteer or get involved as a vendor. Please contact them at 970-769-0006. And all of the happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us by email, dcbnnews@gmail.com, or call the station 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of our area. And of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.